Grand rising, or good afternoon, depending upon what time you are listening. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday. This time space sequence we call March the 19th, 2020. This is Sean Speaks, and I will be presenting for you the blog post from the website at freeyourthinkingmind.com from today entitled It is a life and death situation. Our affirmation for today: I live my life in union with death. I live my life in union with death. Life and death are just words used to describe the unknown. This life could be lived how you want it, but most of us only help to express life as others have designed it. Right now, I have a headache as I write this and as I speak this. Not because I have the coronavirus, but because I had one glass of wine too many without enough food. But the reason I had the wine was because my mind was stressed. I had surrendered my thoughts to the chatter, and I forgot to silence my mind. I used wine instead. As my too much wine headache wore off, I started remembering who I am. I quieted my mind. I listened in the silence. I am a boundless being with other boundless beings having an experience we call life. And though these times we are experiencing now are troubling, I am not bound by them because I get to change my perception. Perception creates reality. I know that is something that many people say all the time, but it's one of the truest statements ever spoken. As long as others control your perception, they dictate your experience. But it doesn't have to be this way. We get to change our perception. We have faced many viruses, diseases, and catastrophes in this world before, but none, in my experience, has caused the dire changes to the economic market, to life, as what's going on right now. I can't help but ask, who benefits from such extreme reaction? Who benefits from creating such a dire perception about life at this time? Who benefits from smaller businesses going out of business? Who benefits from individuals losing their income and becoming more financially dependent? What are going to be the permanent changes to people's day-to-day lives from such a temporary situation? What rights in the name of health safety are we going to surrender in fear of death by corona? Many of us don't realize that we perceive life how others want us to. Some people's microphones are louder than others. And sometimes it's the one screaming the loudest that gets all the attention, but is really saying nothing beneficial to you. Sometimes the noise of the screams are used to drown out the sound of the only voice that matters, your inner voice. That voice that says, this makes no sense. That voice that says, what is the end game? That voice that says, what new system of control am I being set up to live in? That voice that says, what am I going to have to give up that they will never give back? That voice that says, something just ain't right. take a moment in silence and hear your voice. That voice is a reminder of your sovereign authority over your own life experience. But many of us have forgotten our sovereignty over our life experience because we allowed others to define death for us. And their definitions demand your fears. Many of us are demanding remedies that undoubtedly will come with strings attached. And there will be nothing we can say after the dust settles and the panic subsides, because we willingly surrendered our rights in fear of death. But death is not to be feared, it's to be experienced just like life. Don't surrender the joy of living in fear of death. This is not the time to panic, but a time to adjust your perception. Your perception is your source power. Life is death expressed, and death is life hidden. New constructs of somebody else's design are being built right now, and we are being prepped to be load bearers. Let's not allow our fear of death cause us to be irrational in our thinking. No one can save you from death. Perceive both life and death in ways that benefit you. Death doesn't have to be a punishment for how you have lived your life, nor does it have to be a reward. Maybe both life and death are just different perspectives, different experiences, and different points of attention. Only they that want to control how you live want you to fear death. To get you to believe death can bring punishment or reward for how you lived life only gets you to voluntarily surrender your life choices to someone else's demands. What if these other people don't have your life's best interest at heart? Our affirmation for today: I live my life in union with death. I live my life in union with death. Thank you so much for listening to the audio blogcast podcast presented to you by freeyourthinkingmind.com. Please definitely go over to our YouTube channel at UpTalkMyLife on YouTube and subscribe and share. I hope that everyone is healthy, happy, prosperous, and experiencing greater expansion in every area. Ashe, free thinkers, ashe. May what you say manifest in your life today and every day. Ashe.